Callista Pisoni is a 15-year-old competitive gymnast. Every Sunday, she practices at Salta Gymnastics in Medicine Hat, Alberta. She is healthy and active, but it wasn't always this way.
If I hadn't have written it down, I wouldn't have believed it.
It's a Saturday night, and Ron and Michelle Pisoni are sitting down for a turkey dinner with their daughters. What is now a normal family ritual was once a source of great anxiety for the whole family. For the first 3 years of Callista's life, she wouldn't eat.
Oftentimes she would move food, hide it, put it, behind her, underneath her high chair. She would sometimes gag on food and vomit. So she had anorexic and bulimic tendencies as a baby.
Basically the doctor said she'll just grow out of it, or eventually she'll start eating.
We had weeks at a time where she wouldn't take in solid food, and so we would try more milk and pablum, but it didn't make a difference. We knew something had to be done because her eyes would sink into her head. She would, sort of curl up into a fetal position, and you kind of knew that this isn't a healthy child. She's not taking in nutrients to, in order to get through the day even. She'd be very lethargic.
Yeah, looks good.
We don't have much in her baby book other than medical things, do we? It changed from that, didn't it?
The Pisonis knew they needed help, but didn't realize how difficult getting it would be. Doctors were baffled by Callista's behavior and offered the family few answers.
15 teaspoons. That was a lot.
That was pretty good.
Third jar of sweet potato.
Yeah.
2 ounces of apple juice, 4 ounces of milk.
Yeah.
And then
all the food that we had offered her. There's a few pages in. Yeah. We were kind of looking to the medical community for assistance and either a diagnosis or a pill to fix it, or, something that would trigger at least hunger in her. And I mean, they didn't really have a diagnosis. It was failure to thrive, but probably now they would call it infantile anorexia.
Callista's age was what puzzled doctors most. Symptoms of eating disorders typically don't appear in younger patients. For Michelle and Ron, this meant their parenting was under scrutiny.
The nurses up in the hospital, sometimes they were wondering what we were doing as well. How could you not feed your child? So maybe we didn't have much support, but I don't think they didn't have any answers either.
Their ongoing, unresolved struggle to keep Callista healthy began to take its toll on the Pisonis.
Often I would go with her to, Dairy Queen and say, Callista, if you want anything on the menu, if you want a banana split or a sundae with extra whipped cream or anything, you can have it. And she'd go, no, Mommy, I'll just have water. And I thought, well, okay, I'll order something and show her that I'm eating it just to show her, and maybe she'll get hungry. I mean, who doesn't want a banana split when it's right in front of them? And she refused. And so I remember being at Dairy Queen and eating this banana split and just sobbing into this banana split. And Callista would sit there happily sipping her water and not have a care or concern in the world. When your child doesn't eat, you think you're incompetent as a parent, and you want to help them grow as much as possible. I kind of lost it a little bit and was all consumed with trying to cure her.
The Pisonis began to search for other options. They resorted to tube feeding her to ensure that she was getting enough nutrients to survive. Getting few answers, they decided to try something different and enrolled her in gymnastics when she was 3 years old.
And go! Good ball.
Initially, we wanted her to have some exercise in hopes that it would increase her appetite. And we thought, if this is something that makes her hungry and gives her something to do and brings up her energy levels, it might also increase her appetite and increase her eating.
Michelle and Ron tried to keep normalcy within the family. They were going camping together. Mealtimes were kept as routine as possible. Callista had been going to gymnastics. And then, out of nowhere, Callista began to eat.
Out of the blue, we were just sitting around the table, and all of a sudden, like, she just pointed and...
Yeah.
She ate a whole bunch of roast beef that night.
Yeah, I think 3 plates of roast beef she asked for, and we didn't try to react. We were just trying to make it as normal as possible, but in our minds we were thinking, is she going to keep this? Is it going to stay down? Is she going to be okay?
Got my stuffed animal.
You liked your stuffed animal. That's probably when I did that after.
I don't know if she just outgrew it. I don't know if she just decided one day I'm going to eat. I do think she has hunger now, but at the time I don't think she did. Well, I fear that it would come back. I fear that she would stop eating again as a teenager. I would fear that her children, future children, would have to deal with the same sort of thing, and that we've kind of failed in determining what is the reason, what is the diagnosis, and we haven't really gotten the answers that we've needed.
The Pisonis aren't the only family to deal with this strange issue. A quick internet search shows many posts from parents in similar situations. One wrote that their son did not understand what it meant to be hungry, and that when he was hungry he should eat. Others posted about the lack of information and help available. This is one of the reasons why the Pisonis wanted to share their story.
I fear that, there's other families going through this, and they're kind of shunned because they feel that they're inadequate and they can't help their children.
Well, it was tough at times, but I think we got through it pretty good. It's just part of your life, so you can just go ahead and do the best you can with it.